Well, I'm in my dining room for once, on a table with a towel, so I'll not get anything dirty. Because I'm going to give you a guide on how to kind of give your Miele machine light servicing in the form of buying a new box of bags. So, I'll set you up at a suitable angle, and I will show you just how to do this properly, because a lot of people, surprisingly enough, don't change their bags and filters properly, so I'm going to show you how today. So, I'll get you all set up and I'll show you. So excuse the washing machine, I am very sorry. So this is my Miele C3. Had this for about 2 years. Really good vacuum. Use it quite a lot. So to make this a bit easier, I'm just going to remove the hose. And here, look, you can see my reflection. So, what have I got? Well, I have, if I just reach over, a genuine box of Miele bags. Now I bought these from Amazon. Might be able to find them actually. Okay, have a quick look at my iPad. You'll see here, you can get these for £7.08 on a good day, which is a genuine box 1 year supply of bags, which includes 4 bags and 2 filters, and I got mine from some supplier that also gives you some nice air fresheners, which one of them has been used because I've put them in another vacuum. So if you do, I'm going to do an air freshener video at some point. So these were about £10 I think, with free delivery, because you know what Amazon are like, they'll charge you for delivery unless you spend £20. But anyway, let's have a look in our box of bags. So we've got our post-motor air clean filter. We have our set of pre-filters, and we have 4 Miele GN vacuum bags. So first, I'm going to show you the first common mistake. People buying the wrong bags. Now actually, I was going to do this with another Miele that takes FGM bags, which are, if I reach over, red. But I really wanted to use that Miele, so I actually just did it off camera, because that Miele really needed new bags and filters. So I thought, oh, it's gone out of focus, that I would just do it on this as an example. These really don't need changing in this. Oh my goodness, please focus. Anyway, that's better. So, this is a C3, or also known as the S8, before the Miele had to change all their models because of the EU legislations. Of course, there's the models these will fit, and as you'll see, S8000 or complete C3 is on there. So I'm going to lift the lid, and on this one, it very conveniently pulls the bag out just a wee bit, and you'll see that it has a blue collar and it says N for GN. So the bags are actually interchangeable, which is actually not really a great idea, because then some nutcase will come along and take an FGM bag and put it in a GN slot, and that is just wrong. Now, if you do make this mistake, then you can use FGM and GN, kind of. I don't recommend it, but you can. If you keep a close eye on your filter, make sure they're not falling off or overflowing, because they're a bit smaller, the FGM, they're for the smaller Mieles. So you can at a push, however don't put GN in an FGM. So as I say, this bag's hardly full, it's pretty recent, but I thought I'd do this video just to show you how to do it. As for filters, use this one. This one actually does need changing, there's some bits and pieces on it. Now of course, our top filter is the air clean filter, which as you'll see does not need changing. Now, if you have a Miele, now a lot of these C3s have this, they might have like a solid filter. Excuse the pen, that was a nutcase in today. A lot of people will have a filter that kind of lifts out like this, so you just kind of pull it out like that, and it'll have kind of filtery material in it. In fact, I could maybe even show you on my iPad if I'm quick. So it'll be like a solid filter. It could either have charcoal, it could just be a HEPA one. If I go Miele, dear me, I can't even spell Miele. Miele HEPA filter. Okay, let's see what comes up on here. Yeah, here we are. So it might look something like, come Come on. Oh, technology. You can't rely on it, can you? There we go. So it might look something like that. A kind of whole filter, you could call it. £19.90. That's £19. That's quite a lot. But you'll see it's a solid kind of filter with filter material in it. If you've got one of them, you're supposed to change them once a year, but that's quite a lot actually. So you might get by, if you bash it out every so often, you might get by with every 2 years. However, this is the most basic Miele, so it has got one of these thin, not thin, they work very well, air clean filters. Now, common mistake number 2. You'll see here it says cut for S240, S250 and S290. Now I did this the first time and a lot of people do this. And what they'll do is they'll cut round and then put it in. That's stupid. Really, it is a stupid mistake to make, even though I've done it myself. What you really need to do is either measure with your old one or just plonk it in, and if it fits securely, like this one does, you don't need to chop it. And S2, what is it? It's for S240, S250 and S290. Those are incredibly old Mieles, I think. They aren't even 2000 or like 1000 Mieles, if you know what I mean. Like, you know how the models used to be S8000? Well, these are 3 digits, so that's quite old. So just the easiest way to do it is to either put it over, if they're the same size you don't need to cut it, or just sit it in. If it sits flush, you can close that up and down like so. So I'm actually, for this video, going to put the old one back in because it's not very old. So that's very simple. Now, another mistake I see, and again I don't know how people do this one, is they take this whole filter and just stuff it in. No. Look, the original filter was that size, so what you do is you just place it over. Or it even tells you here, cut out for S8000, and then as you'll see you cut along the line. So if I just cut over here so that I'm not cutting into the bag compartment, you just cut along. Now, on some of them you get a big pad. If you're careful you'll get 2 filters out of it, or some of them come with a kind of smaller pad that's kind of half that. So here we've got 2 filters, and then all you do is you slot them in. Now I do mine slightly too big so that they fit fine and don't miss anything. Maybe I'll chop that up a wee bit, but if you do them just ever so slightly too big, then they'll filter just as well. Because then, with me, I'll either cut them too small or far too big, so having a template is very good. Here we are. Let's just stick that in there. And what do you know? We have new filters. Now for the bags, it's incredibly easy. Just take one of your bags, kind of pull it out a bit, and they slot straight in. Easy peasy. Now when you take the bags out, you lift them by the little handle. I usually put my hand against there and lift them. Easy. What you don't do is this. You don't yank this bag holder. Because then when that goes missing, you don't have anywhere to put the bag. And then people, well, they start putting it on. You'll see here's the bag lid. They'll start shoving it on the top there. Or they'll start just placing it in. No, you need to keep the bag holder in place. I don't know how people pull them out because they're actually pretty sturdy, but some people out there can do it. So, let's pretend I'm putting a new bag in. I'm not, this is the same one. Obviously, you just slot them down, the lid closes. Now, if you do not have a bag in, look, it won't shut. Or if the bag's not in fully, it'll resist. So make sure it clicks. You hear that? Listen, it clicks when you take it out and it snaps when it goes back in properly. There, that is your Miele ready for use. So thank you for watching. Only use genuine bags. Come on, it's under £10 a year, and it keeps the machines running healthy and clean. If you use pattern bags, well, in here will look like the cylinder of a Dyson, because it'll just get full of crap, let's be honest. So, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. If you found this helpful, then tell me. If you didn't, tell me. Opinions are appreciated. Thank you and goodbye.